Don't believe, just know. Cymatic TV, turning vibration into reality. Hello and welcome to Cymatic TV with yours truly, Tom Lawless. With lockdown and etc., I've had to move a lot of my sort of services online, which is an interesting thing. I'm enjoying it. You'll see the adverts on Facebook and stuff like that. You can book up an appointment on my website or the websites that are connected with me, which you can see down below on the left hand corner. This is the mini update for this week, so let's just have a quick look what's been going on with the sun and with the earth and with the vibrations, basically. So we've had this initial cosmic ray alert that started at the beginning of the week, probably on Sunday. Really started noticing a dropping off of the magnetic field of the sun, magnetic field of the earth. As we came through the 24 hours. Then that means we're really fully into it. There was a slight kickback on yesterday, Tuesday the 10th, at around about sort of midday. But that was short-lived, and since then, as you can see, we're on to the 11th of the 11th, and we're still getting it. Now, this could be a little bit to do with pole shifts and stuff like that. We will be going into that later on tonight on this channel as well. Straight after this mini update, you'll be able to see the uploading on our discussion on the pole shifts. So that's been a bit of an issue certainly going on this week, and then we'll go into the health reasons about that later on. Let's just see what's been happening to the sun. As you can see, this is this sunspot that's been down on the left hand side, and this is another thing to do with magnetic shift as well. As it comes in front of us, so it's just facing the sun now, the sun is facing the earth now, it does sort of, you can see in the top left hand corner up there with it really does split into two sections, a yellow and reds and blues and greens. But as it comes to the end, you can just sort of see popping up underneath that big red spot some opposite magnetic poles starting to come in there. They come in there. And that is when, simply because if you can see in the top right hand corner, in this one here, you can see that the sunspot is actually coming out of earth facing, and that section there in the middle is earth facing. It's pretty much just come out of it now, and as it does come out of it now, this is why the magnetic field kicks up. So as the sunspot comes our direction, it's very active, very mixing, looking lovely. We need this good vibration. When it faces the earth, it peters out. So is the sun protecting us, or is the sun giving us a cold shoulder? Cold shoulder? Sounds a bit like Yoda. Oh, yes. Yes, so giving us a cold shoulder. I nearly said Yoda again. What do you think? Put the few comments in the section below. It'd be good to know. Do you think the sun is giving us a cold shoulder, or do you think it's actually protecting the earth? We might know that a little bit more if we start to pay attention to what's going on around us as well, because we are a reflection of this vibration. So what's been happening on the earthquakes? Just going through this quickly. This is on Friday. This is what happened on Friday. And as you can see down in the bottom right hand corner of this this picture, you can see that there is an earthquake on the Antarctica region. So this was really the end of what the reset was, what I was talking about in the last update on Friday the 6th. You can go back and watch that. We kept getting this reset all week, sort of the earth kind of recalibrating itself gradually and slowly but surely. It's like a conundrum that's coming down to the moment of one. And when it does come down to that, well, that could well be that magnetic pole shift. But look, if it's done its reset, then we should be moving into that new rhythm that's coming through. And it certainly does start to see it. We can vaguely see it on the 6th because we got a little bit on the root, a major on the sacrum, and a little bit popping up on the plexus, the solar plexus. So as this reset dies down, you can see that that earthquake on the Antarctica is really down to nothing now. The sacrum has given way, so we're getting a bit more action onto the throat and third eye, but certainly a pickup on the plexus solus down there, and it's starting to spread across the rest of the globe, across Africa, through the Middle East, up through into Europe. And we can see this over the next few days as it flows across Africa. There is a little bit popping up in Europe, but mainly we're getting sacrum, root, and plexus solus. This seemed to be a recurring theme over the next few days. So therefore we had the build up in the Alaskan Ridge. This is where the sacrum had let go of all of that energy. It's building up there. There's nothing flowing through, so you can't really see anything on the third eye or the throat chakra. A little bit on the plexus solus. So this is this first rhythm blowing its way through. It's starting, it's waiting for the next section. And as it does, that sort of falls out and blisters out, as it were. So the Alaskan Ridge is broken. The energy starts flowing through. The plexus solus the solar plexus doesn't really take much and lets it flow over towards Africa. But that sacrum is kicking off again, and so is that root chakra. As it flowed out after that last bursting, today we've had a few more that's kicking up into the heart chakra and also the third eye. But we've got also the root chakra and the plexus solus kicking off. We did have a big one, which was out in, I think it was in Vatanahu, not far from the solar plexus, but the main one of the day at the moment has been that throat or third eye chakra. This might be a moment where it's releasing the tension of us being blocked. This is what the overriding thing is coming up to now. So it's a bit like that Alaskan Ridge that we saw earlier on in the human race over the past week. Over this week, it has been blocking, and there is a lot of potential kinetic energy going on within humans in one form or another. And I think that's going to break today. If that breaks today and tomorrow, so if that sunspot does sort of let out a thing, we may get a glancing blow, which would be quite nice. Probably be what the Earth can actually put up with for the moment. And also make the energy a little bit more zippy, and it will make people move on, and it will release a lot of things. So then basically we might get a lot of information that comes up that we kind of stand around kind of going, all right, okay, I think I understand now. And it might be a real aha moment. Not that group from, where were they from? Sweden? Anyway, you might have a real aha moment. Let's getting back to that cosmic ray for a second, and then we'll clear up for the day. As I was saying, it does cause health issues. Certainly with they've been studying this a lot on astronauts because they're much further out of the magnetic field of the Earth. And when it does calm down, they do get cosmic ray alerts quite frequently. And it's here, as you can see, this is a article from physics.org. In the news section, there is a link there. I will put the link below, which you can click on and go and read the whole full study. I've just taken a section out of this. It says a previous study has shown that the health risks from galactic cosmic ray exposure to astronauts include cancer, central nervous system effects, cataracts, circulatory diseases, and acute radiation syndromes. Cosmic rays such as iron and titanium atoms heavily damage the cells that traverse because of their very high rates of ionization. Now, this is also, so if you imagine within our blood, we've got a lot of iron. Okay, we're down on the surface, we're not up in space, so it is a lot better. We don't need spacesuits and stuff like that. Not yet, anyway. But you can't get away from these cosmic rays. It's not like you can wear a tin hat and that'll be it, you'll be saved. I guess if you've got leaded roofing, you might be in a little bit of a better situation. But, it's if you've got any of these symptoms that are related to this, I would also go into the digestive system a little bit as well, certainly with the kidneys and stuff like that, especially with the ionization of all this with the iron and titanium and all the filtration system. So, if you're going to go out walking, that's fine, that's great. If you do have some form of cancer and stuff like that, it might be a good time to sort of just relax, stay inside, or at least go out if you want to go out for a walk. Go out for a walk in the forest and let those trees support you. Take a lot of those rays for you, as it were. Um, or take at least a lot of the shock out of them. I wouldn't go up mountains, and I certainly wouldn't sort of go flying on planes at the moment. I've had to put my hang gliding trip off for the time being. I'm only joking. I'm not going hang gliding because we're in lockdown, and you couldn't do hang gliding because obviously you need to socially distance from people and etc. And I guess hang gliding would bring that into risk. Following the logic sometimes can be quite difficult. But anyway, back to our health alert. So what happens is when the Earth's magnetic field reduces, it actually allows a lot more of these cosmic rays through. So this is not necessarily an increase in cosmic rays. This is just an increase or decrease, sorry, of the protective field that we have around this Earth. So I would also be wary of skin problems and stuff like that. So as we get a lot more of these sort of things, as I say, altitude stuff wouldn't probably be a good idea. And, drinking tea, drinking water regularly. You can have a bit of mate tea, which is good for sort of getting stuff out of you, cleaning your body and stuff like that. Okay? Just take care of yourself, and probably not a good day to go out sunbathing, although in November you're not going to catch me sunbathing in the UK. I do sometimes when the sun's out though. It's a bit of a conundrum really, because also at the same time you need your vitamin D from the sun, don't you? So just be careful, If you do have acute problems that you can see listed here, or with your kidneys and stuff like that, just take it easy, don't really go out and stuff like that if I was you for the moment, be content with where you are, and if you do, make sure you're with friends like trees. Okay, so that's been the sort of mini update. Let's just sort of see if that energy comes through over the next 2 days and releases that tension that's been within us. I've probably gone on way too long and far too long in this video already, and I will stop here. So don't forget, if you want to be part of that conversation tonight, that we will be having on YouTube. We will be doing some live discussions where you guys can actually get involved. We're trying to work that out, how we can do that on either Facebook or YouTube. But to keep you up to date, subscribe, click that bell, obviously like this video, because it's the best thing you've seen in your entire life. And share it as well. That would be really nice. Okay, so in the meantime, this has been your mini update. Ciao for now.